everybody, my name is Samantha, and I'm going to teach you a few things about French food culture today. To begin, let's use our imagination and shut our eyes for a moment. I want you to begin walking through a market. You're picking fresh fruits and vegetables and meats for tonight's dinner, and you know exactly what you're cooking. You get home and you begin sauteing the onions and letting the aromas of dinner simmer throughout your home. You set the table, your entire family comes to the table and all sits together to enjoy a 4-course meal. You spend about 2 hours socializing with your family and enjoying the flavors of the fresh food that you prepared today. Now, I asked you to do this. Does this sound like an everyday routine, or is this a special occasion? And you said
Special occasion.
Okay. And I ask you this because this is how the French eat dinner 3 times a day, every day of the week. So what is French food culture? French food culture is mindful eating. There is a focus on the pleasure of eating instead of fueling the body. There's a focus on fresh, well-balanced, healthy meals, and there is specific routine meal times that do not include snacks, even for the children. All French food education is in the hands of the parents of the children. From a young age, children are required to eat the same food that the entire family is eating. There is no special meals for, let's say, a child. The food isn't forced upon these children. If they try something and they don't like it, they just don't get something else. And the parent will simply say, well, you must have just not tried it enough. Maybe you'll like it when you're older. So if the French have this much time to eat and socialize with your family, are there more than 24 hours in a day? No, there's not. In France, they simply prioritize mealtime and socializing together. And when it's mealtime, they eat and be a part of the family. And when it's not a routine mealtime, they don't snack. Therefore, when they work, they work. When they play. And when they eat and socialize with their family. So according to this Statista from 2009, the minutes spent eating really show you how different cultures are. The time spent eating in America it is for the entire day is about 79 minutes per day. As opposed to in France, they eat, I want to say, about 130 minutes per day, and that's just the time they spend consuming food, not cooking and preparing, and also not eating. And hold on, because as we're talking, it sounds like some French food is ready. Hey Google, please stop. I apologize. So as you can see, in America, we eat about half the amount of time that France spends eating. Okay. So let's just reiterate. Americans eat nearly half of the time it takes the average French person to consume their food. A driving factor in French food culture is the amount of time they invest around the table. And that really builds great relationships between grandparents and children and family, since they do this every day. The French, they eat slowly and mindfully in respect to what they have been eating. And since they're taught from such a young age, their eating culture, this is just something they're accustomed to. So when they sit down, they know we're going to have a delicious meal. So again, let's just kind of focus on what French food culture is. French food culture is eating mindfully. It's focusing on fresh, delicious ingredients, eating for the pleasure of your company, and parents, they're just the educators of their children for French food, and they always have routine meal times. So let's say they eat breakfast at 7 a.m., lunch at 12 p.m., and dinner at 7 p.m. I just wanted to thank you all for listening to some of this information about French food culture, and I hope if you ever find yourself at a French dinner table that you will feel like you can spend time socializing with the people around the table and just really enjoying the mindful pleasure of eating wonderful, delicious food. thank you, and I hope that you guys have a great rest of your day. Bon appetit.
Sam, I am so